What's the word, y'all? That boy Dixon here. And for those of you that don't know me, I made a TikTok video a couple months back where I was stating that I had never watched soccer before, or I had never watched football before. And I bought this hat. I became a Barcelona fan, and the Barcelona community embraced me, started teaching me things, and made me really want to become a fan and really dive in. When I dove in, I fell in love. Football has become, well, one of my favorite sports next to football, which is my other favorite sport. As an American, I know a lot of you think that I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no idea. Majority of you are correct. I have to research things. I learn new things every day, especially when it comes to your sport, the sport that you love, the sport that you grew up with, and the sport that you stayed on, right? But in my defense, right, I've been watching for these few months, and there's something that I've noticed. Leaving La Liga, the Premier League, and coming to now the World Cup. And it's a problem. It's an issue. I believe it's an issue. Some of you may like it. I believe it's an issue. Your game of football is becoming my game of football. And I don't like it. I don't. And you would think, like, why wouldn't I? That merging together makes it better, right? But it's destroying yours because it doesn't fit. And to me, it doesn't work. Now, there are good aspects of it, and there are bad aspects of it. The bad outweigh the good in my mind. For instance, right, let's start with this. World Cup, they introduced hydration breaks, right? Football, soccer, is a game of two halves. 45 minutes this half, 45 minutes that half. The only time you get to break is a player's injured or they're reviewing something, things of those nature. Ball goes out, you may get a little break there, things of that nature. They introduced hydration breaks, which is a pause in the middle of the half so that the players can get rested, hydrated, and return to play so they won't fall out, things of that nature, due to the heat and due to everything going on. But now you've turned your two halves of an amazing game into four quarters. So you've turned the pitch into the football field. Now, I do like it because it keeps the star players out longer. It keeps the Mbappes, the Hollands, the Olises, the Mbele, the star players, the Salah, these players, they keep them out there longer because they're more hydrated, they're more rested, and they can play longer, they can go longer. Now, that's good for me as a new fan because I get to watch these superstar players play longer and keep going, right? But for the regular fan or for the fan of the sport, it's not a good thing because it changes the competitiveness of your game. So your game was based on I'm more fit than you. Not only am I more skilled than you, not only am I a better team player than you, not only am I a better defender than you, I'm more fit than you because I can last longer than you. Because, yeah, I'm a phenomenal scorer, but I'm only in the match for 65, 70 minutes, which leaves another 20 minutes for anything to happen. But then you got those guys, those different beasts that they run the whole 90. You have those like Lamine runs the whole 90, match after match after match, and this is what he does. But majority of the players aren't like that. So it messes up the competitiveness because now I don't have to, as a coach, I don't have to substitute due to fatigue. I'm substituting only for strategy. And it looks beautiful to me as a new person watching because it's like, oh, he put him in because he was, oh my God, he came off the bench and just called such a, oh, that's me because I'm new. So it's cool. It's fun. But it takes away the fact of I don't have to sub for fatigue. Every one of my subs is now strategic. I don't know if there's a better way to explain it, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. But it just takes away from it. That's number one that I don't like, right? So let's keep that where it's at. Let's take that out and let's leave the game alone, right? Let's stop right there. Number two, let's talk about VAR. Video assistant refereeing. To us, America, it's called instant replay, right? In the NFL, the VAR, it's called the booth. That's what we call it. We call it the booth. You call it VAR, we call it booth. In the NFL, The booth is allowed to intervene in the play if there's a miss by the referee that he did not either see or he called wrong. Now, when the booth intervenes, the only way they can overturn a play is if there is clear and obvious fault by the referee for missing whatever he missed to make the play be overturned. But it has to be clear and obvious. Those are the key factors. Clear and obvious. When a player fumbles the ball in football, it's clear and obvious who picked it up. Otherwise, it sticks with whatever the referee said, whatever the call on the field was. Okay. That's how instant replay works in the NFL. The VAR, on the other hand, is a tad different. In the Portugal-Croatia match, at the end of the match, the play happens. We all know what play I'm talking about. There's no need to discuss, but the play happens. It's rule to go on the pitch. VAR reviews it, and as you watch the video, you watch the instant replay over and over again, you know that you see with the eye, maybe not valid, maybe not clear and obvious, but you can see with the eye, it doesn't look like it actually hits the player. The ball doesn't look like it hits the player because the ball never changes trajectory. The spin never changes. You slow it down, nothing ever happens, right? Boom. But now you have this chip inside the ball that detects any type of audio, any type of thing that hits the ball. And so now we're talking about a single hair follicle striking a ball and making the play a pass and making it offside because we detected a sound. What? That doesn't even make any sense. Like, brother, the play happened. It looked like a goal. We went to the video. It looked like a goal because it looked like the guy didn't pass the ball. But then we take it even further to a sound bite that could have been anything. How come that sound bite at that exact moment couldn't have been a fly hitting the ball or some type of bug flying through? You know? Like, is it coincidental? Yeah. Is it highly unlikely? Yeah, but could it happen? Yeah. I don't like that. It's too in-depth. If it's not clear and obvious, you go with the ref. So if you're going to continue to use VAR, if it's not clear and obvious, go with the ref. There's no need for chips and balls. If you're going to keep VAR, right? The next instance I'm going to talk about, which I know a lot of y'all going to have an uproar about, y'all going to say I talk crap about, whatever it may be. I don't know ball, fine. The USA match. Okay. Now, let me start by saying this. When I started watching the sport in La Liga and then the Premier League, when I did start watching that, was Balogun's foul or red? For surely. In La Liga, Premier, and in the leagues I was watching leading up to this, that is a red card. He clearly steps on the man's ankle. He could have hurt the man. It's a red card. And I'm an American. And I was rooting for the U.S., right? Knew the U.S. wasn't going to do nothing too much, but I was rooting, okay? Here's my only issue with that. The way these matches have been called in the World Cup so far, fouls that should be reds are given as yellows or not a foul at all. And we've seen this over and over in multiple matches to the USA, against the USA, for the USA. We've seen it. The Messi foul, we saw it. And I love Messi. We saw it. In La Liga, they probably would have called, like, if not Messi or not a superstar, because they do it for superstars, but they probably would have called that a red. But they didn't. Fairs. I didn't think it was aggressive. I didn't think it was egregious. Should he get put off? No. It wasn't egregious. It was not intentional. It wasn't egregious. No. Balogun's foul, he's not even looking at the man when he steps. His head is turned a whole other way. He can't even see where he's stepping at. So is it egregious, aggressive? No. But he does, and could have possibly hurt the man. But because the way the calls have been called previously, I could understand why the controversy. Does that make what FIFA did right or wrong? No, because even in Ronaldo's case, the red card should have stuck. In all the other cases, the red card should have stuck because that was the rule. And that's what y'all rule is. We don't get to pick and choose when rules affect and when rules don't. So what rules are for, they're always in effect and they should stay. But that's not the case here. So was I against Balogun's card being lifted? No, because of how the World Cup was being refereed. But should he have had a red card in regular rules and regular play? Yes, he should have. And I can agree. But that's where VAR comes in at. And VAR changed the ref's call because the ref called a regular foul and was going to keep play until the VAR stopped him. Now, my last thing is the Messi thing. It's the biggest thing going on right now. Argentina versus Egypt. Unpopular opinion to a lot of people, and I understand y'all will get mad, y'all gonna say whatever y'all say, but Egypt defense was non-existent, especially at the end. Like, did the refereeing affect your game at the end? Yes, it did. But did it cause them to score three in what, like 10 minutes, 12 minutes? You can account for one goal. You can account for you not having one goal, but you cannot account for all three in that small amount of time. And then wholeheartedly say the refs were the reason that you lost, or FIFA was the reason that you lost. I don't see it. I don't understand it. Croatia, they have a valid fight. This match, you were up 2-0 with about 10 minutes left. You allow Argentina to put three on your noggin. That, my friends, is a defensive failure. Your goalkeeper was saving you the entire beginning of the match. There was not good defense from Egypt the entire match, not to me. The keep made some, oh my days, did he make some amazing saves and stops and reads. There was defense, but it wasn't that great. Argentina had chance after chance. They put a lot of shots up. Just couldn't finish them. But they did finish when it counted. But VAR did affect your game. It did. And that's fair enough to say. But my thing is this. You guys have what is called the beautiful game. You introduced VAR in 2016, 2017, and you've had problems with it. You've had multiple issues with it. We've had instant replay since the 80s. The NFL introduced it, I think, in 86. It went away for a while, and then it came back in 99. Now, I did my research on this to find out. We still have problems with instant replay, and we had it for what, 17 more years than y'all? And we're still trying to figure out instant replay and the best way to use it. To the point where now in the NFL, the coaches have flags and are able to challenge a play because they may have saw something that nobody saw, not even the booth. So it's good for our game because it works for our game. It's good for the NFL because it works for the NFL. It I don't think it works for your game. I don't think it works because you're going to have a lot of problems. Now, eventually, could it work? Yeah, it's going to take a while. You got at least, what, 10 more years? He's got another decade. We 17 years ahead of y'all on the replaying side. We still mess it up. We still get it wrong, and there's still controversy about how things go, about how rules are. So either stick with it and fix the issues, fine tune them, and make it work, or get rid of it and go back to the game you had. Go back to the game that made you give it the name, the beautiful game. Go back to that. Because I'll tell you what, right? VAR messed up a lot of things in La Liga. I think I said messed up. VAR caused controversy in La Liga. It caused controversy in the Premier. It caused controversy everywhere, right? There's always going to be controversy no matter what. But you got a choice to make. Either stick with it, roll with the punches, or get rid of it and get back to what it used to be and stay with that. But either way it go, the game you have, the sports y'all have, is a great game. It's great to watch as long as it's entertaining. It can be boring. All sports can. But it's a great to watch. When it's great to watch, it's great to watch. The Argentina-Egypt game, heart thumping, heart pumping, great watch. Colombia was a Colombia-Portugal, heart thumping, great watch. There are games that are phenomenal. There are games that are horrible, but the game is still beautiful at the end of the day. VAR is never going to be perfect, so get used to it. But what I do need y'all to do is stop this before it happens. Stop before they turn your game into something different. Do not allow them to do such, because your game is your game, and your game is great, and your game is beautiful. And it needs not be our game, because our game is our game, and our game is great. Our game is phenomenal to me, but it's our game, and it's different. So what if it has similar names? In America, we call it this. In America, we call that that. Over there, y'all call that this. Over there, y'all call that that. Regardless of that, there's fans of both sports everywhere. There's more football, more soccer fans, but there's fans everywhere of both sports. But those sports do not need to be each other. Keep your game. Keep it true. Keep it beautiful. And do not damage it. And do not tarnish it. That's all I want to say, man. I just want to give my opinion, man. Whether y'all care for it or not, it's not the point. The point is I had something off my chest about this wonderful sport on the talk. So other than that, hey, Bisca Barca, bear down, and let's see what happens in this World Cup. But lay y'all, man, and talk to y'all later. I'm out.